A gang member in Lawrence County will spend the next 40 years in prison after he was convicted of killing a police informant. A 30-year-old Anton Blakely, a member of the Gangster Disciples in Lawrence, assaulted and shot the victim, Jairus Byrd, at his apartment in 2021. He was also convicted on kidnapping and conspiracy charges, among others. Well, this is the scene of that murder. Byrd was working as an informant for the Lawrence Police Department. Investigators say Blakely and others went into Byrd's apartment and assaulted him. Byrd then escaped, but came back to get things from the apartment. Officials say that Blakely was still inside the apartment, opened fire on Byrd while the other accomplices were outside the apartment, shot at Byrd as well as he tried to run. Byrd was shot multiple times and collapsed in the middle of Spring Street. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Officials say Blakely's Facebook posts were key evidence in getting that conviction.